You are watching Team NBS Media. We are a digital media brand covering sports, entertainment, and lifestyle, with team members all across the country. Through our written content, podcasts, and video content, we bring you fresh and professional content. Interested in joining the team? Shoot us an email or DM. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
How are you? This is Jeff Barnes here with Team NBS Media, and I am here with running back Sam Hicks of the Toronto Argonauts of the CFL. You may have seen Sam's recent interview with my colleague here, Greg Rector. Tonight's a little different. We're going to talk just football, more X's and O's, give you a chance to understand Sam as a player, his mindset, how it works, what allows him to do what he does on a football field. So you're going to see us bring up some plays. Sam's going to walk us through things. We're going to have a coach and player session without being in the same room. So with that being said, Sam, we get you having a little personal situation. Thanks for joining us. I know ideal situation you'd be sitting at home, but so thanks for taking time anyway to jump on with us. Let's start right here. We're going to talk about you. You're a conference leader at all-purpose yards at Abilene Christian. Your ability to return kicks, catch passes. We're going to go through some of your film. We're going to highlight some of that stuff. Have you walked through some, what you were seeing on some of these plays that explains why you were able to do a lot of the things you were doing there?
Yes, sir.
You report to Toronto when?
May 4th. So I'll report to Toronto, and next Monday.
Yeah.
Next Monday,
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So let's jump right in. All right. So I'm going to pull up a play here, and we're going to walk through this. All right. So here's you on the zone run. We're going to rewind this back in a second, but I want you to walk me through it from start to finish. All right. So I'm going to back this up. All right. So pre-snap look, where did your eyes go on this run?
So pre-snap, was this a drone run? Okay, if it's running back again, because I feel like this might be an outside zone they give to Nehemiah, or might be an RPO. Okay, so right now I'm looking at Dylan. They double teaming, he's gonna work up. So right now I already got my aiming point set, and I'm like, okay, I'm right behind the butt of Dylan, right? I'm looking at the DN. He might try to come in, but I'm just being a little patient. If he does get up there, I could get through there. If not, if that DN come in, I'm gonna bounce it, and then it's gonna give us the yards we need. All we need per run is four gritty 4 yards per run. That's a plus. 3 downs, 3 to 4 yards. That's how I'm thinking. I'm not thinking to really get a home run right now, because the home runs come at least as you expect it to,
Absolutely. All right. So when they were teaching you this, I'm going to back it up a little bit. I've seen a lot of different coaches teach the zone different ways.
Yeah.
This one here looks like an RPO with inside zone to me, right? So I know some coaches will teach you're reading crack of the center to hangman, which would be backside. So for you guys, it's going to be an end here, not so much a linebacker. That hangman will be that backside defensive end, right?
Yes,
and then what will happen is once you read the crack of the center to hangman, then they want to see the flow of the linebackers. So
that means they bring him out.
Yeah, who was Dylan? Mm-hmm. Who was Dylan?
He's the left guard.
Left guard. Okay, so you weren't reading the center. You're reading guard.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when he was able to get that double team there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Where did your eyes flip?
My eyes still staying there. Now I'm still looking, but I'm also reading the flow. I'm looking at great indications. The DN, because I will bounce it if that DN try to, trying to shed block my tackle. Because I think that was Trent right there. And if he comes inside, I'm just gonna bounce it, and that's gonna get me yards as well. So right now, I'm just being patient, stay patient, stay patient. That's why I
Pressing the
work on
hole.
in
Yeah.
practice. Yes, sir.
All right. So here you get into your cut. All right. So what made you come underneath the end here?
Because that linebacker, I see the linebacker, he's coming down, right? So as
Yeah.
soon as he come down and close that hole, who's there? No one. So
Yeah.
like I said, reading the flow, boom, there go that little bend. That what they talking about, that little bend.
Yeah. All right.
And
So
I'm
the
just,
all right. So what I love about it is you find your crease, right? I'm backing up a
yes,
little.
sir.
And I've tried to teach this to plenty of running backs. A lot of times running backs get antsy. They see the crease and they run blindly into the daylight, right? You're
Yeah.
not doing that. Right? What you're doing is you're getting into the daylight and you're hitting it, but your eyes are still looking for that next opening, right? You're looking for that next level of green grass.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I try to teach young runners. It is always hard. Patience is a virtue for real because not everybody has it. You
Yes,
seem to run
absolutely.
with patience, all right? And I'm going to rewind this back. I want everybody to see this at the regular speed because this has to happen instantly, right? So here it is at full speed again, and good job. I mean, because most people, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to rewind it to a certain spot. A little further back. There we go. Right here. And you're able to set this block up and run through the crease that he created for you.
Yes,
Most
sir.
runners would have saw that block being set up, and they would have run right to that overlapping defender there that's unblocked. Because they
Yeah.
would have thought that's where the green grass was. All right. So you did a great job here on this run of not only setting the block up, but working the block to the very last minute, as opposed to getting impatient, seeing that block being set up and automatically jumping to that unblocked man. All right. Well, a lot of runners make that mistake, thinking that this is where you're going to go with that. And you actually got about 5 or 6 more yards compared to what you would have gotten had you run at the unblocked man.
Exactly. And then if I really wanted to be greedy, I could have just flipped. I could have just crossed fields. Because you see, if I see that DB, that safety coming over from the other field, I could just literally cross the other field, juke him, go around, and I trust my receivers to set that block. That what's called a wall. A kick return, that wall.
Yeah.
I trust my receivers to set that wall. I could have done that, but at the time, I'm just stating everything happens on the Coach Jackson back in Central Michigan tells me everything happened on the hash marks. Magic happens on the hash mark. Get vertical, and that's what I'm doing. I'm getting vertical. I don't know what quarter this was. I don't know. I don't know if he was up at the time, but we just trying to. I know we was just trying to get that machine going. Once we get the offense going, that's when the magic happens. That's when explosive plays start.
This was actually the first series of the game against Eastern Kentucky.
This was like the first series.
This is the first series. This is
We testing it out. We just testing the water. We just playing smart right now. We getting right. We just playing the game. Yeah, for sure. We just trying to get that offense started. Like what Coach Brown say, get that offense started, get the offense going. Yes.
Right. So we're gonna go to our next play, right? Because you're gonna love breaking this one down. Right? Most people do, right, when they find the end zone, right? So here we are. Once again, we got that tray action. And you're gonna
I love this play. I love this play.
Oh yeah. So in my playbook, we just call it the Gibbs, right? Because Joe Gibbs was the master of the counter tray, right? So here we have the tray action. You get the 2 pullers in front of you. And once again, this play involves patience because it's real easy to get impatient on this run. When these two, and I'm going to slow it down for people so they can understand what the tray action is, all right? When you see these 2 pullers coming around.
I love pullers.
Yeah. Right, that's a variation of the counter trade that Washington used to run, which was Joe Gibbs. So when people and this is more for people watching, not so much you understand this, but yeah. So when it comes to tray action, this is a hard read because these guys are either going to kick out or fold, and if you overrun it, you'll easily mess up the play. You're patient with the blocks, and it's what springs you into the end zone. So I'm going to rewind it to the beginning. All right, so. I'm going to slow it down when I'm ready to. All right, see, okay, now where are your eyes right now?
So right now I'm inside the hip of Jed, right? We worked on this in practice a lot to the point from North Alabama to now, right? This was like a wide zone slash counter, not counter, but like we got two pullers in front of me, right?
Yep.
So the first puller he gonna set the block, the second puller gonna read out for him. Now I'm inside the hip of the second puller, no matter what, right? I love this because I I make the lineman right. He's not gonna be wrong regardless. I make him right. So if he's pushing out, I'm inside. If he set that edge, I'm outside of him. I'm gone. And at that moment, that's all I did. So you play it, you're gonna see the block, okay. It's gonna be a little window. I'm gonna just cut it up.
And there it is.
Yes, right there. This play it happened exact same against North Alabama. It happens exact same play, same way. Because the DBs or the linebackers, right? Whoever got that edge, they don't know what to do. They know my reporting, my scout report, right? That I'm a speed bag type of guy. I like to get grass or outrun the DBs and defenses, right? However, how I look at that is they ain't gonna want to set the edge regardless. So what I do, I make it look like I'm going outside. I scratch the defense, I scratch the flow towards I'm going outside. As soon as I see them lengthen outside, I cut it right up. So I make the lineman's job at least easier, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes,
And
sir.
this is, when we talk about that tray action, this is where it's real easy to, all right, because I'm pretty sure if you watch games and you've seen guys get to the point where when you're out here, they get
Mm-hmm.
impatient and they want to outrun that guy to the corner.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is a great job of once again showing the patience. All right. You're letting your blockers do the work and you're gonna eat the fruits of their labor. Right.
Yes,
And
sir.
because of them, you don't get touched till you hit the end zone. All right. So
Yes, sir.
it's a great job, great set of eyes, very good eye discipline here.
I say, sir, I say for sure I had to really learn this while I was at Central Michigan because they offense was a pro style offense, which was
Yeah.
like the NFL offense. And
Yeah.
I had to really learn how to be patient and just had to I was a receiver before. I played receiver, but I did play running back in high school. So I had a sense of game and understanding of how to be a back and what to understand the line, who's blocking who. Okay, I know it's a 10 technique. Okay, it's an over Z 30 technique on the linebacker, etc. Right? Okay, he got a wide now on the edge. Okay, I know he's blocking him. Okay, he's got the linebacker. They're gonna double T the guard, the nose tackle, work up to the linebacker. All them type of things. Um, I truly love learning that. I learned it took me a minute because I was from the receiver part and I just learned the concepts and the coverages. But now I'm in the backfield. I understand who's blocking who. That's why I love duo. Because it's nothing but double teams. Okay, it's Mike him. Okay, if he got the mic. Okay, if he stays in, hit the big up. If he overflow, bend back to the backside. You know, um, I think for the CFL is different because they don't mic the point. They could be the wheel and we being in disguise. So I think it's different in CFL because it's more linebackers. It's more linebackers, and I truly think I don't know, man. I just love how the difference between the CFL and the NFL is because they're both different.
Absolutely. When you were at Central Michigan, they were a West Coast variant, right?
No, they was because Coach McElroy, Coach Mac, we call him. Coach Mac coached under Nick Saban, and but he grabbed it. He kind of not stole it, but he took an offensive variant. I think they're like a spread pro style offense.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They,
I know a couple of coaches ago they were more West Coast, but
yeah, that's Bowie. Bowie is West Coast. Bowie is an
yeah,
air raid. This is an air raid. He called this an air raid 2.0.
yeah,
It is air raid. I love air raids because now air raids that uses my skill set in a pass game as well. So I used to run corner routes out the backfield, all that stuff. So I think that was yeah, for sure.
yeah. Speaking of using your skill set out the backfield, we have that too. All right,
Yes, sir.
so I know you remember this play.
Yeah, I do.
All right, so let's come back to this. All right, so simple swing screen. Um, some swing passes are check downs, some are designed. Of course, this one is designed. So you get what we're looking for. We're outflanking the defense. Pass rush is being aggressive upfield, so it pulls them out to play. It's all second level from here on. Walk us through
Okay.
where your eyes are going on this one here.
Okay, so I know my eyes is on the slot, right? Coach Bowie and Coach Brown emphasize get the ball in space, read that guy, and get vertical, right? And
Mm-hmm.
find that alley. That's what they say. Find the alley. Find the alley. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was JJ. That might have been JJ Henry or Trey, but he got an outside. That's enough for me. That's to get right through there and just get yards. It's a swing screen. It's 30-10. We only do these type of plays when we're on the sticks or behind the sticks,
Yeah.
and that's to get to field goal range. If we spark one, we spark one even better. You know, I think my coaches have enough trust on me to make a play and get a first down, and because this was a close game, and we needed to win this game, so they had enough trust in me, and when a coach has trust in me, I'm gonna make him right every time. So I'm getting vertical. Okay, I got the alley burst. Get on. Okay, make him miss. Get a first down. That was literally what I was gonna do. I wanted to score in this play. I should have went the outside, but my eyes sometimes, where majority of the time my eyes always want to go across that field. I don't know why. I don't know if that's in my family because my cousin Eric Green from TCU, he do the same thing. He did the same thing when he got the ball when he played Kansas State and he
Mm-hmm.
was on TCU and he hit the wild zone and they say no, he crossed the whole field and scored. I don't know if that's a family gene or not. I should have went to the outside, but I still made a play. I was playing football at the end of the day.
Well, you made the smart move. Is you got the first down, right? So
Yes, sir.
um, the clear lane when you caught it was to the sticks,
Yes, sir.
and
Get there.
yeah, that was priority one, which is what you described, right? You got there, and honestly, he's outside the block. He's got a good block. You have a man on your heels on the outside, and the green grass is here. So you made the right choice. You got the
Mm-hmm.
first down, which was the win. Now the cherry on top would be find the end zone. But when
Yeah,
you got
find
to
the
the
end zone.
sticks,
That's what I was trying to do.
yeah, when you got to the sticks, you had three people waiting on you. So there was no end zone on this one. But the good thing was,
Man, I was trying. I was
yeah,
trying. I don't care if it's four out there. I don't try to make one miss and just, maybe I should have juked the outside guy and then run on the sideline and maybe dove for it. I don't know. But at the time, I was trying to make a play. But I was like, man, I gotta win this game. You gotta win this game. You know.
yeah,
And look, in my process of how I play, do my job. Do my job to play. Do my job. So my man do the same. So my brother do the same. And that's how I play. And when you do that, players are gonna automatically spark for you. You automatically gonna make plays. Why? Because you're a national football player. You be doing this since you was a youngin.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
So go back a little one more time. Just want to. Yeah, I mean, and the good thing is you understand why they called this. As a coordinator, when you're in third and long, unless you have something that you trust that you're throwing beyond the sticks, the safe calls are usually in these cases draws and screens.
And we do run draws a lot.
Yeah.
We do run draws for sure. We just haven't ran in a minute because we try to run against Texas Tech. That did not go the way we wanted to. And so we're gonna change. Okay, hit him with the screen.
That's a very old school mentality, because that's if you ever watch games from like the 90s with Bill Parcells and all those guys, that was common. They get into 3rd and 15 in a game and it was close, and you'd see a screen, you see a draw. They wanted to play field position, but you guys were here. You are in field goal range, looking to get a touchdown to kind of stretch that lead. Third quarter, there's plenty of games left. So you didn't take a risky throw here. You made a smart throw, and you let your players make a play. And here you get the first down, right? So now I can't remember if this resulted in a touchdown on this drive, or I know there was a drive where y'all were moving the ball and one of the other running backs fumbled the ball. So I don't remember what was the result of this drive, but I picked the plays from this game that I thought stuck out. And I was tempted to pick your 200-yard game, but I said, no, let's stick with this one.
Oh, no, that would have been too easy. That would have been too easy. I feel like you should have. Did you pick any plays from North Dakota State? That was my favorite game.
I did look at some of those there. They didn't make the cut for this, though. They didn't make the cut for this.
Oh, man.
But, yeah.
Did you see the 4x0 Z-Tech?
What's that?
Did you see the 4x0 GT?
Yes.
Yeah,
Problem is, I'm coming off of 3 days of draft coverage, so I didn't have a chance to put this package together over days. This is all this morning, right? So, whatever hours I had to go through a film this morning, I had to pick a handful. So, had I had a week, we could have gone through a whole season of clips. So,
most definitely, man. I don't know, man. I'm just grateful to be in the position of around great athletes around me and great coaches around me that put me in position to make a play. For the first time, I like this. This was the best year I ever had in my football career, because I had finally had coaches that trust me and that believe in me, and I made them right. Also within this, we go back to that play. I want to talk more about that play too. So we know the down and distance 30-10, right? And the reason why I think coach also called this, because we knew. Go back to the pre-snap.
Yeah, this is the farthest is going to go back. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. It's all good. So
talk us through it.
Okay, so I know the down and distance 30-10, right?
Yep.
Coach called a screen. His only reason for him to call this play, he wanted to get yards, and not only that, I know who is that? That's not Trent. I think that's JT. JT was going to push up and block the linebacker coming down. It's 30-10. It's Otter. Okay, if he comes down and let's say JT pushes him into my alley, right? I don't have two choices but to keep going outside or to get it and go behind his ass and go back outside, if that makes sense.
Yep. I'm going to speed it up a little so we can get to that point. So I believe that's what you're talking about right here?
Yes, sir. Because my job is to beat them two guys right here. They're not touched. The lineman is faking like they for the block and they going to go up.
Yeah.
And that's why they was running towards Maverick, right?
Yep.
So they run towards Maverick. My job, if I get caught, I don't need to be in the game. Right? So I'm okay. Beat them guys. JT is running 58, right?
Yeah.
He's running. He's looking for the most dangerous man, right? There was nobody to go. So I'm just going to run. And then what I should have done is go back outside, which is what screens are made for, right? Cut in and go back outside to get away from the.
Well, yeah. I mean, in this case, you're so far in the alley, it's gonna be one of two ways, unless it's just wide open in front of you. There's gonna be a point where you gotta decide to stay on your path or change direction, right? So for you,
sir.
just when I looked at this play, I was like, well, I was waiting to see if you were going to change direction, and not because there was a need to change direction, but the need to make the ultra big play. There's sometimes you get a guy that's doing the job, and he does something extra. He wants to be the hero, right? I got to score right now.
Yeah.
And when I look at it, and I was watching this, and the reason why I grabbed it, and there was only one touchdown of the clips that we showed, because I wanted to show how the everyday downs, every play downs, the ordinary downs matter, right? And you look at the first one, first down run, first down, right? Here you are, 10, getting a screen pass, taking it for a first down, and it was right at this point I was like, does he stay on the path or does he try to do too much, right? Because usually I'm the guy that yells at my running back for doing too much. You had it first down and more, but you danced aside and ran into a defender, right? So you didn't do that. You stayed on the path, got the first down, and then when you realized, okay, it's 1-on-3, you made the best move, right? You made the best. Right? You didn't dance. You kept going forward and you tried to make a play. Some guys are going to stop and dance. You didn't do that. You kept going forward.
Yeah, you stop and dance. That's
they converge on
they lead to a turnover. Yep.
Yeah.
And now they can hit the ball out of you, stopping all that flow or that whole drop on the defense coming to you. That could be it could be a lot of scenarios that could happen to that, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So that's perfect. So that's why this stood out to me. You didn't stop. You didn't do all the things that we coaches want to sit there and coach you up afterwards on the sideline. You went, you got the first down, you kept moving forward. You didn't make any unnecessary cuts and moves, and you finished with a first down and kept the drive going. And you got them in the red zone, right? Because if you look at, going back to the beginning of the play where the line of scrimmage was, I would say the ball is about on the other side of the 30, about the 31, 32-yard line. And here you are getting the sticks. Yeah. Matter of fact, looking at the chains, it was 3rd and 10. You were at the 33, right? And looking where you finish, you're finishing just shy of the 10-yard line.
Yes, sir. And that's what I'm imagining. And we needed a first down because we don't get that first down in real ball. We just now get into the range. And I feel like at this point, we trust our kicker, but this is too close of a game. So, and we practice this play a lot in practice. This is one of our money plays that we need to get. It's like must get a first down because we got blockers out in the perimeter that can make a block, and we got a playmaker in the backfield that's good at open space. It's kind of like in the CFL, we got an RPO, right?
Yep.
I ain't gonna say the play, but we got an RPO when we run an inside zone, and then a slot back runs a bubble in the perimeter. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just an RPO now.
Yes. So we're going to talk about that in a minute too. You see, we're on the same wavelength here. So one of the things that I really wanted to talk to you about also is, for me, when I was an offensive coordinator, I told my running backs a lot of things. I said, you want to stay on the field, you're going to do 3 things for me. You're going to run the football well, you're going to catch the football well, and you're going to block. Right? So when it comes to pass pro, and I don't want you getting the terminology where you're at, just, you guys are running your blitz pickups. They got your eyes going different places.
Perfect. Let's go. Let's do it. Yes, sir.
All right. So when you're out there, you of course you have your strong side slides, right? Where you have the line is sliding one way and you're sliding the other, right? Yeah. Your eyes have to go to certain directions, right? Your eyes always start inside and then move
based on the call. Yep, it's based on the call. Yep.
Right. So this happens to be Toronto and
perfect. Yes, sir.
Hamilton. All right.
So can I start now?
Go ahead. Go for it.
All right, cool. All right, so this looks like it's 61 protection. So the lineman is going to slide to the right. Okay. Now, look, I don't know this look like, if I'm looking at the front, this looks like it's gonna be a 5-1 mug or a 5-2 mug because the mic is in. It's a
Yep.
4 down lineman, and that
Mhm.
might count that mic. So this could be a single call. A single call is when we got the boundary, the +1, the +2, the wheel, the boundary, versus our sky, and then scan across the other field. If I'm correct. Now I don't know what, because like I still haven't been to our field meeting yet, but that's all based off the position meetings and just learning and studying the plays in these past few weeks.
Yep.
I'm guessing the call is gonna be a 5-1 mug. 5-1, they're gonna count that mic. Cinco, cinco, cinco. Okay, got you. +1 and +2. I got the whole boundary. Whoever out the edge of the boundary, scan across. But I know somebody could come off that boundary though. So
Perfect. All right. So looking at the way they're tipping, where do you think the blitz is coming from on this one?
okay, so we got 12 people on the other side of the field. Okay, cool. Based off that, I think that might come from the scan. I don't think nobody's gonna come from the field. I think that linebacker, he might come right into the between, and that might be my guy. If they pick up, if I'm right with that front, and they got that Mike who's mugging between the 4 down linemen, they gonna pick him up. I got him behind him, a linebacker right behind him. That'd be my +1 or my scan
right.
guy.
Well, let's see where the blitz comes from. So they actually send your boundary corner and the safety.
Okay.
See how they come from depth?
Yep. That'd be my guy. So
Yeah.
I was right for sure.
But so there were two tells here.
Cause
And-
okay, I know. Okay, I know why. Cause that corner, we call him down here. You know, down the side we call him cat. They
Yeah.
call that cat, and that safety usually might rotate just a little bit over the corner. He ain't gonna give away too much. Cause if he get away, we all gonna know what's happening. We
Yeah.
all know the corner's gonna come down. So if he does right there, that corner's gonna come down. It's gonna be a corner cat blitz, and that'd be one of my guys. Depending on who the most dangerous man is the one first guy I got.
Yeah. See, anybody inside that 10-yard stripe is a potential blitzer. This guy
Yes,
coming
sir.
from 12, 13, he's never going to get there, right?
Never.
But this guy standing at 9, that corner stacked inside like that, even if you want to look to the trip side, any one of these guys could come. Now, this corner is definitely not coming from outside the numbers, but you can't discount this overhang player here. It's on the motion trips that you have here. All right. So you have to forgive me. My terminology for Canadian football is a little rough. So I'm still
it's understandable.
But the principles are still the same. All right. As a D coordinator, I can't bring guys that are too far. Like I can't bring the field corner because he'll never get there. I can't bring that safety. He's too deep. But once you're at 9 yards, and when you add in the fact that they walk into it pre-snap,
yes, sir.
You see how they started creeping down once the motion started?
That's
now
my indicator right there.
Yeah, now they're even closer. So the tell was the initial lineup where that corner's already cheating inside.
Yes, sir.
And he's already inside the 10-yard stripe. So once you get to that point, these guys are potential blitzers. And that's one of the things, and it happens with NFL style football as well. But that's just the general football thing. The people are trying to scheme up from different looks, and they're trying to make looks look the same. And if you're going to bring guys from depth, this is usually where it happens. But good eyes. And as a coordinator, I'm going to want to send them from that side because you're on the opposite side. You've got to come all the way across the formation to get to the two guys that they actually sent. So
and our coach tells us that we can still go on the other side and help us if we need to.
Yes.
I know Coach Meredith has emphasized that a little bit. Even when my coach played, he liked to go crossover, but Coach Middleton, no, you just don't know how to do it. It really depends.
Very good.
Oh,
Well,
can you still see me? I know my camera.
no, you're
You
good.
still
You're good.
okay? Good.
Which is fine. The camera's saying I'm ready to go.
No, it's not that. No,
All right.
no, yeah,
So listen,
yeah,
I'm glad you had the chance to sit down and talk to you. I get to see, you know, that you fully understand it. Some guys could just play the game. They couldn't tell you why they do what they do. They just do it. You have an understanding of the game, and you have the ability to go out there and perform it. So as a coach, I always am excited to talk to players like that because those are great conversations in film. Guys that just do, those are the quiet. I'm doing all the talking because they don't know what's going on. They just go, I just know I just had the ball, a guy flashed, I saw it, and I reacted. You understand what you're doing. You understand why things are being called. You understand the blocks and where the blocks are supposed to be, what's supposed to happen if that block fails. All that stuff is what you understand. Those are great building blocks, and they're going to help you at the level you're at. You report next week, so I know you're excited to get there. We've gone over, I said about 20, 30 minutes. We've been on for 35. So I'm glad we had to sit down and talk about it. Thanks for being a good Samaritan. I know you're helping out somebody on the road. Good luck next week. And make sure I'm salute Elijah because Elijah's been, reaching out to me to make sure we got you on. So we're good to go.
Yes,
I'm anxious to see what happens with you guys up there. I have some friends up, like I said, up across the border. They'll be watching. And one of
for sure, man.
he's a coach. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna just say like the CFL terminology, it's different because it's 12 people on the field. So once you get, I remember I was first in the first meeting. I was like, okay, so we got an extra linebacker. Okay, cool. Now we got an extra safety.
Yeah.
But sometimes they not gonna rotate as much. But the 3 down, the 4 down technique is gonna tell you what's going. If it's over G, if it's under G, it's really gonna help you. But I love how our team, what the coach is telling, but there's gonna be a lot of communication. We gotta overly communicate because if I don't know who that point is, I don't know who's my +1, who's my +2 to scan.
Yes.
This guy to scan, the defensive front is gonna help us a lot. And I know a team like Hamilton, they got a front that's weird. They got a rear front, and we gotta count it like it's a 4-2 down sometimes. So
yeah.
I'm learning, but I'm learning quick, but I'm learning still. I'm learning the game. I love how quickly I'm learning the game out there up north. So,
and keep learning. That's the most important part. When you stop learning, football passes you by. Right? Even as a coach, even as a player, I've learned once you stop learning, it passes you by. You come back and you have no idea what's going on anymore. So keep learning, and it's going to help you out tremendously on your journey. Sam, thank you for joining me. Good luck next week. We're going to keep tabs on you. We're watching, right, to see what you do.
Sir.
All right.
I sure appreciate you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Good luck, Sam. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening and have a great weekend.
Happy Sunday.